Some Mardi Gras traditions are more powerful than a 7-alarm fire. Such is the case with the Montgomery Grace Mansion on St. Charles Avenue, now in ruins after a devastating blaze 2 weeks ago.
We lost everything we owned or ever owned at all.
Most people know the historic home as the place where the King of Carnival stops on his ride through the city. This year, Rex royalty paused for an extended visit. Billy Grace, Rex 2002, put on a firefighter's jacket and helmet for the annual toast in front of his home.
Rex stopping here and continuing this tradition gives us a great deal of comfort and support to go on and to rebuild this house.
Rex also presented the family with a new flag. A collection of Mardi Gras flags and other carnival memorabilia perished in the fire.
I'm so glad that they're able to do this. This is a fantastic family and, you know, such a landmark of carnival since, I think, 1907.
Guests on the family grandstand were also wearing New Orleans firefighter gear. Christopher Montgomery said they wanted to honor those who worked so hard to save their home.
I thought it only appropriate that I don this outfit, which is a true fireman's outfit.
Fire Chief Tim McConnell called the gesture heartwarming.
They've lost everything, and so for them to turn around and have the respect, and show respect for the firefighters means a lot, really does.
The future of this grand mansion has yet to be determined, but one thing that's certain is its connection to Mardi Gras and the Rex organization is here to stay.
Put what's behind us and move forward.
In the Garden District, Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.
Today was the 113th time Rex stopped at the Montgomery Grace house. 5 residents of the home, dating back to Charles Downman in 1907, have served as the King of Carnival.